Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. It's Friday. It's time to review the CBSI Hot 10 list, comicbookinvest.com. This comes out every Friday afternoon, and it's got some interesting books on there, typically every week. A couple things that are worth taking a look at this week. So let's get into it. Let's jump in here real quick. We'll start off with the honorable mentions first. Let me zoom in a little bit here. So we got Suspense Comics number 11. Very, very cool cover. I like that red and yellow cover by L.B. Cole. L.B. Cole was a very famous comic book artist back in the golden age of comic books during the 40s and 50s. And obviously his covers tend to get a premium. He only did so many of them, and this is one of those. A 9/8 just sold this past week for $132,000. Unbelievable. And a 9/8. This book is old. I mean, holy crap. So obviously this is called the Promise Collection. So this is a vintage collection. It was probably somebody that collected books, put it in a file folder, put it in a file cabinet, kept it air conditioned in somebody's house. It was never in a basement. It was never exposed to sun. Obviously, it literally would be like finding a time capsule. This book is very old, and to find a 9/8 is extremely rare. So that's quite a book. I can see why it's sold for that much. The last recorded sale prior to that was an 8.5 that went for $14,000 last year. Man, that guy's doing well. I would say he's made about 4 or 5 times his money on that 14 grand. So I don't know. Forget the stock market. Man, you want to make some really good money. Buy some of these golden age comic books. Obviously, there's enough evidence to show. If you pick the right ones, obviously L.B. Cole, I think if you pick an L.B. Cole book, you're probably going to do pretty well on that. So, man, that's crazy. It's a cool looking book, though. The next one is Shang-Chi number 4 from 2021. This was a very recent book, maybe, 2-3 months ago. The 1 in 50. I looked on Midtown. Midtown originally had it for about $81, so they had a pretty hefty premium on that book. At least Midtown did. But if you were able to buy it near ratio, I think you're doing okay. I checked eBay prices on it today. $75 plus shipping, maybe $80 seemed to be the lowest price on that book. A couple of them were also above $100. So that book's doing pretty well at the moment. I heard the movie was good. I haven't seen it myself. Obviously, I've only seen the trailers. I don't really go to movie theaters much anymore, so I'll be one of these people that waits till it comes out on streaming, which I think will be sometime in October, if I heard that right. So yeah, I'll have to wait till then. But I heard the initial reviews of it were pretty good. Not too bad. Number 10 is Infinite Frontier number 6, the Puppeteer Lee 1 in 25 variant. It's a cool looking image of Darkseid. I dig Puppeteer Lee's artwork. It's kind of a very dark, gritty, just kind of a cool style. I like it. It's very stylistic. I can't imagine a lot of shops are ordering 25 copies of the regular cover to get one of these incentive variants. So this is probably somewhat of a tough book to find. The first issue, I could see them ordering heavy on that, so that's probably one that is going to be a little bit more easy to find in that 1 in 25 ratio. But when you get to issue 6, yeah, most shops are going to order maybe 5 to 10 copies maximum of this book. So not too many shops are going to get that 1 in 25 variant. So it's just one of those things. Apparently Midtown still has it for $22, which is below ratio. I did check eBay real quick. Yeah, eBay prices are basically $40 and up. So if you like it, definitely don't pay $35 to $40. Go grab it off of Midtown for $22. I like it. I grabbed one off of Midtown. I thought it was definitely worth $22. I like it because of the art. And down the road, you never know. Maybe these 1 in 25 variants will have some heat to them down the road. You just never know. But for $22, it's slightly below ratio. I think it's a really good price. It's a cool cover. So yeah, that's one of my favorite by Puppeteer Lee. So I grabbed one. Number 9 is the Me You Love in the Dark number 1 second printing. Jorge Corona 1 in 20 variant. It's a cool looking cover. I think I have one here. I got one just the other day. Let me see if I have it here. Oh, maybe I didn't get it. I think I got the Scotty Young one instead. Yeah. Yeah, I got the Scotty Young one instead. So I have one on order. I think it was Things from Another World is where I'm going to be getting it from. So I got it for $20, pretty good price. It's selling around $35 to $50 right now. It's a second print incentive. Yeah, I mean, I think this all started with what, the Immortal Hulk, if I remember right. These second print incentives. Maybe they go back further than that, but it's a little gimmicky. It's a cool cover though. At least the cover is drastically different. They have the pencil sketch with the blue. I like that look on it. So at least the cover's a lot different. Number 8 is Amazing Spider-Man number 546. I bought this about a year ago. I think it's the first appearance of a villain in this, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I can't remember who the villain was. Let me see what eBay has it on there for. Amazing. $46. Yeah, first Mr. Negative and Jackpot, I think there's actually two. I think there's 2 first appearances. eBay, yeah, $35, $40. There's one for basically $30. But I guess if you want a 9/8 copy, it's going to set you back a little bit. I don't see any 9/8s for sale on eBay at the moment. Most of them are just raw copies. The print run was pretty high on this book, so I don't think it's a hard book to find. I found it at an LCS, I think, for pretty cheap. I think I got it for like $5 or $6. Yeah, looks like I'd say $20 to $30 is pretty much your price range on that book. I don't see any graded copies though. I don't see any 9/8s for sale. Oh, there's a 9/2 for $70 basically. Yeah, I don't see any 9/8s. So maybe that's a tough book to get in high grade. I don't know. I'll have to look at my copy. I don't remember it being damaged in any way, but I don't know. Maybe that's a tough one to find in high grade, but selling for around $300 now. It was $125. There doesn't seem to be any listings on eBay at the moment, so maybe there was a few listings and that sold out. So it made the list. With the second Spider-Verse movie coming out, there's potential that Mr. Negative could be the villain in that. I'm still hearing the buzz about that. We'll see. I don't know. Number 7, Life is Strange number 1. 9/8 selling for about $500, $80 for a raw copy. It says, I guess with True Colors being released on Xbox and PS5, interest has picked up for this fairly difficult book to find. There has definitely been a switch from hate to love in the video game comics over the past couple of years. So I'm very unfamiliar with this. I know I've seen it in the solicitations that it's still an ongoing book, but it's not one that I'm overly familiar with. I know I don't have the first issue, so I don't have any of the issues actually. Number 6 is X-Men number 19, the John Tyler Christopher White variant. I have the green and the red one. I tried to buy all 3, but I guess what I should have done is just bought the white one real quick and didn't try going for the other 2, because that was the only way to pick up the white one. Is I think you had about 30 seconds to grab it. I can't remember the print run. It was below 1,000. I think it was, I'm going to say it was around 500-600 was the print run on that white one. To me, the red one is the best one. I don't know. The green one's not bad either, but I think the red is actually the better looking of the 3. But the white one is definitely a little bit more rare. It was a $250 to $300 book out of the gate after it sold out. It looks like the prices have settled back down on eBay around $150. So if you like this, give it a little bit more time. Sometimes that FOMO wears off and the prices dip, and there's always one or two guys out there that bought too many or spent too much money and realizes, oh shit, I need to dump a couple of these. So be a little patient on that one. If you like it and you want to get it, I think you can probably get it below 150 here if you're patient. Number 5 is Harbinger Number One. This is a Valiant comic book back in the day. I was never a Valiant fan. I mean, I probably collected a couple of the books. Shadow Man, Solar Man of the Atom, I probably picked up a few of them. Bloodshot, I probably bought a few of those. I don't ever remember buying Harbinger, so it's just one of those books that had a low print run. It was pretty rare. It was the first Valiant book, if I'm not mistaken. And it's just one of those pieces of history, basically, right? But in 9/8 grade, I guess it's a tough book to find in high grade because there's not that many on the census. And a 9/8 right now is about $1,400 to $1,500. It's a pretty good price tag. All right, number 4 is Spawn number 321, the Bjorn Berens 1 in 50 Virgin variant. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I posted about this probably a month ago. I grabbed one for about $40 from Things from Another World. So I did pre-order that for $40. I'm glad I did. It's selling around $125 right now. I mean, there's just the Spawn collectors, man, they go crazy. It's a beautiful cover. So obviously the Spawn, if you're really into Spawn, if you didn't pre-order it, you're going to try to go after it and you're going to spend money on it. So Spawn collectors are a whole different animal. So I'm not surprised this book is doing well. And I'm glad I pre-ordered it for $40, that's for sure. Number 3 is Incredible Hulk 181. My heart kind of drops every time I see this book because, yes, I've said it many, many times. I used to own a 9.6 white pages CGC graded copy back in the day. I bought it for $4,000. I sold it for like $5,500. I had it for about a year. And I was going through some things in life at that point, so I had to sell it, unfortunately. I wish I had held on to it. And 9/8's just sold for $84,000. I got to believe a 9/6 is what, $25,000 to $30,000 range. I mean, the last time I really thought about buying a copy, there was a 9/6 white pages for about $10,800, maybe 3 years ago. And I thought, man, I should probably buy that. Because I remember thinking in my head, this is probably going to triple in the next 3 to 4 years. And yeah, it did it in less than that. So, what are you going to do? I don't know. If I ever have just too much money where, I could go buy a nice fancy sports car or a Hulk 181 high grade 9/6, I might just go buy the 9/6. So maybe one day I will own this book again and I'll redeem myself from a bad decision as far as having to sell this book. But yeah, this is a blue chip. This is like owning a Microsoft stock, right? It's pretty much always going to go up. It's always going to have value. There's always going to be people that want it. That's never going to change. Number 2 is Sandman number 25. I was not familiar with this book, but I guess there's an HBO show coming out called Dead Boy Detectives. They just made a news announcement about it. The price was around $20. It jumped up to $50 or more. It says even the essential Vertigo version is selling well. So there you go, a Neil Gaiman property doing well. Number 1 is Invincible Iron Man number 9, the Turcotte variant. This is a book that I have proudly in my collection. I think it was originally a 1 in 25 copy. I think I paid around $25 for it. I didn't pay a whole lot for it. I don't even think I ever read it because I think I had the regular issue as well. So I may have read it once and I just stuck it in a My Light and that was it. So I do have a raw copy of this book, and apparently a 9/8 just sold for $5,000 and a 9/6 just sold for $2,300. So It's a pretty good price for a modern book. I mean, that's just absolutely crazy that basically what I sold my Hulk 181 15, whatever that was, 15 years ago, is what this book is selling for now. Unbelievable. So it's just one of those things. I'm glad it's in my collection. Do I think it's worth paying $5,000 for that in 9.8? I don't think so. I mean, I get that Riri Williams is going to be in the MCU. She's going to be a well-liked character, perhaps. This is definitely a tough book to get in 9.8. I mean, I think mine would grade it a 9.8, but of course, everyone that owns your own book, you're always biased. It's tough to get a 9.8 in this book, apparently. I saw somebody the other day post on, I think it was on Facebook, or was it Facebook or Instagram? They had 20 copies of this book, all graded. The highest was a 9.6. I think most of them were like 9.0 to 9.2. So, again, Marvel, cheap-ass Marvel paper. That's one thing that is against you. It's a dark cover. That's not good either. So there's several things that are working against you on this book for it to get a high grade. A 9.8 is probably pretty difficult. I mean, that's definitely a book that I have in my collection that I'm almost afraid to send it in for grading because I'm afraid it'll be mishandled. I'm afraid CGC or one of the grading companies would potentially damage it. It's one of those deals where I'm on the fence, grade or not to grade. I don't know. I'm going to probably do nothing. So I'm not going to sell it. I'm not going to probably grade it. I'm just going to let it sit there, and I don't know. Maybe one of these days I'll get it graded. I would love to get a book graded if I could be part of the process and witness the grading. Be there to watch the grader. Obviously they're not going to do that because it's like pressure. You got the guy's comic book looking at you as you're grading it. It's probably not something they want to have happen, but I'm more concerned about, them handling it, damaging it. Imagine if you had like Action Comics number 1. How do you send that book out? You got to send it insured mail. You've got to spend quite a bit of money just mailing it, insuring it. And then you got to have confidence that the grading company isn't going to mess it up, isn't going to damage the book accidentally, drop it, whatever. There's a lot of variables involved. So, oh well, I'm glad I have it in my collection. So there's your top 10 list, guys. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the top 10. So I've got half the books in the top 10 in my collection. So that's pretty cool. It's a nice list. I'm glad I have the number 1 and the number 4 in my collection, which is awesome. All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. It's Friday. I hope you guys had a great week. I don't think I'll be doing any videos this weekend. You never know, though. I might pop in on a live stream somewhere. You just never know. If I do, I'll let everybody know. I'll send out an Instagram post on it. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. More importantly, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. I think I'm over 800 subscribers now on YouTube, which is kind of sad. I've been on YouTube a long time. I should have like 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers, but I don't know. I don't think YouTube likes me. I think the algorithm works against me. So I appreciate anybody who's subscribed to me. Make sure you check and make sure you're still subscribed. Hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. And hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you soon.